Merci, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, hier, plus de 100 personnes, principalement des aînés, se sont rendues au bureau de comté du Premier ministre à Dieppe pour lui transmettre un message clair. L'extramural n'est pas à vendre. Des groupes d'aînés comme la Coalition pour les droits des aînés et des résidents des foyers de soins et l'Association francophone des aînés ont tout fait pour que le programme extramural reste intégré à nos régies régionales de la santé. Le ministre de la Santé affirme que cette décision devrait profiter aux aînés, mais ces derniers y sont tous opposés. Le Premier ministre va-t-il renoncer au projet de déplacer les personnels du programme extramural hors des réseaux Horizon et Vitalité?
The Honourable Premier.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président, et j'apprécie la question. Il n'y a pas de doute que notre gouvernement, et j'espère que tous les députés de l'Assemblée législative comprennent très bien que les gens ont le droit de faire des manifestations, Monsieur le Président, et nous appuyons la possibilité de faire ça dans notre pays et dans notre province. Et, Monsieur le Président, il n'y a pas de doute que nous sommes à l'écoute des gens du Nouveau-Brunswick, incluant ces personnes. Je peux vous dire, par exemple, Monsieur le Président, que je comprends très bien pourquoi il y a des personnes qui ont des préoccupations, parce que si on écouterait l'opposition, Monsieur le Président, tout ce qu'on voit, c'est des affaires horribles qui arrivent dans la province. Mais il y a des belles choses qui se passent, et ça inclut cette entente, Monsieur le Président. L'opposition n'a même pas encore admis c'est quoi le but de cette entente. L'entente a comme but de croître le nombre de visites qu'on peut avoir pour les aînés et les personnes qui veulent des soins à domicile. C'est pour réduire le montant de fois qu'ils ont besoin d'aller dans les salles d'urgence et c'est pour maintenir la qualité de service qu'ils ont tout de suite.
Leader of the Third Party.
Mr. Speaker, the Premier's just not listening. Seniors are demanding that he keep extramural health services embedded in the regional health authorities, publicly managed, publicly administered, to best serve the interests of the public. He keeps saying the scheme to put 700 extramural staff into Ambulance New Brunswick is to better serve seniors. Mr. Speaker, seniors don't want it. L'Association francophone des aînés and the Coalition for Seniors and Nursing Home Rights are categorically opposed. Will the Minister and the Premier do the right thing and withdraw Bill 5, an act respecting extramural services, and put an end to this reckless scheme?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I have a lot of respect for the member opposite from the third party, but the words he is using is nothing but fear-mongering. And I'd ask the opposition, and unfortunately now the member from the third party, to acknowledge at least what we have said are the goals of this deal, Mr. Speaker. This is to improve services. It is to increase the amount of visits that our seniors and people that want home care will be able to get. It is to decrease the amount of times that seniors have to go to the emergency room because they can't get the services they need at home. And it is, in fact, Mr. Speaker, to keep the same quality and satisfaction, if not improve it. We have not heard the opposition, and unfortunately, the gentleman from the third party, Mr. Speaker, acknowledged these goals. They're not even acknowledging that, yes, indeed, the employees are still going to be funded by the government. It is still going to be a publicly funded program, and the management is going to be done by a non-profit organization, Mr. Speaker, with ensuring KPIs are in place.
Leader of the third party.
Mr. Speaker, it was revealed this morning in the media that Medivie Health Services is attempting to hide the results of key performance indicators for Ambulance New Brunswick, such as ambulance response and 911 dispatch times, quality assurance reports, compliance records, and financial statements. It's arguing that these performance indicators are intellectual property, not public information, and now this government intends to hand over the management of actual health services to New Brunswickers currently provided by our regional health authorities to Medivie. And the Premier has the temerity to suggest this will change nothing. In fact, it will make things better. Will the Premier end negotiations with Medivie over the contract for extramural services now?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, again, I did not hear the member opposite acknowledge why we're doing this. He doesn't have to agree, Mr. Speaker, but if we're going to have a debate and a discussion about important subjects like how we're going to deliver good care to the homes of the people of New Brunswick, how we're going to ensure our seniors are able to stay in their homes as long as possible and be able to retire with dignity and the respect that they deserve, Mr. Speaker, I think they at least merit that the Leader of the Opposition, and the member from the third party acknowledge what this deal is about. They don't have to agree with it, but they can at least demonstrate to New Brunswickers that they understand at least what we're trying to accomplish. If they have other ideas on how to accomplish that, we'd be more than willing to hear them, discuss them, and debate them. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the opposition and now the member from the third party, who I thought was above that, are simply trying to gain political points. Well, no worries, Mr. Speaker. This government will focus on the priorities of New Brunswicker, delivering good care to seniors across this province.
Member for Riverview.